Welcome to the GatherVerse in the Metaverse. My name is Paul Simon Wayake, and here is an introduction of Africa VR Campus and Center and the GatherVerse in the Metaverse.
Hello, my name is Diana Njeri, and I serve as the co-founder of Africa VR Campus and Center, and also the director of XR Girls Africa. Our motto at Africa VR Campus and Center is VR is for everyone, emphasizing that it doesn't matter where someone comes from, their ethnic background, gender, or race. XR technology is creating a limitless world, offering a platform for storytelling and fostering meaningful conversation among people from different corners of the globe. Thanks to this technology, students of Africa VR Campus and Center have gained confidence and resilience. They have been given opportunities to share their stories at summits, conferences, and metaverse events, demonstrating that their narratives truly matters. The opportunities in XR technology are boundless, and this time, Africa is at the forefront. Africa VR Campus and Center is implementing the initiative and programs to ensure that young people at the grassroots level have equal access to opportunities in technology, leadership, and entrepreneurship. With me, we have Africa VR Campus and Center students, and you will have an opportunity to listen to their story. Thank you. May our gather be well.
This is how my father drives in real life.
Hello, GatherVerse from Kabete, Kenya. And hello to all the youth across the world and the ones present here at the Youth Summit. Isn't it amazing how XR has transformed not just our studies, but our entire way of connecting with each other? I mean, as a student at Africa VR Campus and Center, I feel like XR isn't just a tool. It's a bridge, and I mean a bridge, linking people from across all distances and diverse cultures.
Absolutely, Wanjiro. As the first Mokorino in Metaverse, I used to feel isolated in traditional settings. But stepping into this immersive environment has allowed me to engage deeply with personalities from all over the world. Our virtual meetups during project work or cultural celebrations have made our lives so much richer.
And the connection is so real. I remember a virtual history module where we walked through ancient kingdoms in VR. It wasn't just learning by reading. It was an emotional journey that sparked discussions about our roots and identity. XR has turned in abstract lessons into lived experiences, which helps me feel more connected to both the content and my peers.
I love that perspective, Shiko. I mean, it's incredible how XR levels the playing field. Whether you're from Nairobi, New York, or even Phnom Penh, the virtual environment makes you feel an equal participant. I was once part of a group design challenge last semester where we collaborated in real-time creative photogrammetry projects. The blend of different viewpoints in that space led to an idea I wouldn't have imagined on my own.
Exactly, Mirao. And beyond academics, XR has redefined our social lives. I have found that virtual lounges and interactive space in our metaverse campus let us Let us share our personal stories and cultural tradition like never before. We are not just studying together, we are building a digital tribe where everyone's voice matters, making our community far more inclusive.
And that idea of a digital tribe is so powerful. Through XR, we can safely experiment with our identities and explore new perspectives without the constraints of physical distance. It feels like we are continuously creating new social norms that are inclusive and forward-thinking.
And it isn't just about socializing. The immersive experiences have helped us to develop skills like empathy and conflict resolution. And the realistic interactions made me see different viewpoints and develop a new sense of understanding. It was like a hand-on lesson in emotional intelligence.
You know what, Moshai? I completely agree. Those simulations took theoretical discussions and turned them into practical lessons in real-time collaboration and compassion. They're not just teaching us subjects, they're nurturing us into empathetic individuals ready to tackle real-world challenges with a holistic approach.
Plus, exception us to be creators rather than just consumers. I showcased some digital art and photogrammetry scans in our Metaverse VR exhibition, and seeing my work alongside my classmates' narrative felt so empowering. It was a reminder that our personal experiences and culture stories can be celebrated and even shared globally. Thanks to all this technology, I love that creative empowerment. SR has amplified our voices on social and cultural matter, making our Metaverse campus a vibrant hub where technology meets tradition. We are not only learning from history, but also actively shaping a future that reflects our diverse identities and shared vision.
Precisely, this GatherVerse approach to communities and our XR studies at the Africa VR Campus and Center isn't just about adapting to new tech. It's pioneering a future where learning and social interactions are intertwined in innovative ways. XR is redefining our education, our friendships, and ultimately our place in a rapidly evolving world.
It's inspiring to think that the connection we forge here through every immersive experience, each cultural exchange, and collaborative project will echo well beyond our times as students. XR isn't merely enhancing our lives, it's actively molding the leaders of tomorrow. Every discussion, every shared experience in the virtual realm reinforces the core idea. Technology can be a profound equalizer and connector, driving social changes from it.
Oh, I can't wait to see what we create next. With XR, the possibilities seem endless. Whether it's new learning modules, creative art, or simply deeper conversations like this that make our community stronger.
Yes to XR, the technology that not only refines how we learn, but also how we connect, share, and empower one another. Thank you, everyone, for sharing such authentic insights today. Agreed. Let's keep exploring, innovating, and inspiring one another. Not only here at Africa VR Campus and Center Village Campus, but also out there to the wider world. The journey has just begun. Thank you, GatherVerse, for giving us this platform to speak to the world. May the gather be well.
May the gather be well.
May the gather be well.
May the gather be well. May the gather be well.
May the gather be well.
And may the gather be well from Kabete in Kiambu, Kenya. This is Africa Via Campus and Center to the GatherVerse. Thank you for listening to us. And may we all have convergence of conscience as we think of better ways to interact with each other with empathy, to lift the human race to a digital tribe that works in togetherness, unity, and harmony. Kwaheri.
The manifestation of expression and cultural communication can be demonstrated in a number of different ways. From pixel to pixel, word to word, line of code to line of code, we communicate. Heart to heart, eye to eye, soul to soul. There's never been more of an important time than the preservation of human expression than now. And the reality is that the further we continue to go into this frontier, the more that we'll be listening, confiding, hearing, and seeing and speaking and enjoying relationships and building relationships with machines. The world that we came into when we were younger was not the world that we're in now. Can you imagine Gen Alpha? Can you imagine the generations to arrive, the world that they'll be entering into, where a machine will be taken as serious as a human? All we want for them is safety. Their exploration will be their own. We can't dictate how that will look for them. What we can do is help them to arrive to the point where they need to make the decisions for themselves as a whole and a collective, so that they can decide how they want to be able to navigate into this world. Subsequently, when it came to our arrival to where we're at this intersection of humanity and emerging technologies, it never came with a field manual. There was no guidebook. Sure, there were books on how to get rich and how to be able to raise a startup unicorn and how to use the internet for dummies. We had those. But we didn't know what to do with our innovations beyond generating capital and wealth. Not all of them. Some innovations in the medical theater and in scientific discovery have been profound to this day. Some technologies, when it's come to education, has been extraordinary. The greatest development of technology, certainly within the past 30 years, has been communication. It's with this global cloud consensus that we configure here together at GatherVerse Youth Summit 2025, Week 2, Day 5, at the ending that's arrived. There have been important questions that have arisen. There have been important sentiments that have been conveyed. The unifying front is that we want the best for the generations to come as we want for the best the generations that are now. The next step that we must take when it comes to the responsibility as innovators and people that use this technology is that Whether you're an innovative technologist or not, we all must become teachers of these technologies that we interact with. It's no longer ideal to believe that any of these companies that are building these AI models will take the time to be able to teach the generations to come, perhaps even our elders or seniors, on how to use these technologies, these applied sciences. That many of you that are sitting here with us today at GatherVerse.live and our various social streams, you will undoubtedly, in many ways, use artificial intelligence in ways that not a single person in the world has. Given the ubiquity of its nature, its outcome neurologically, this is the case. The more startups that we'll see arise into the frontier and the more models and applications and protocols and platforms deployed will bring a whole bevy of new challenges to us on how to use this, what it's applicable for, and ultimately, how does it lead and address towards human betterment and sustainability? We just saw an incredible demonstration of our friends over in Kenya, Nairobi, to come together in the metaverse, and that depiction was their own. Our heart is with them right now, this very moment, for coming together as a unit, as a tribe, if you will, to say, we're here, GatherVerse, we see you, we're aligned with your mission, with your cause. Will you be aligned with our mission and our cause? I hope that you would take time to go find them wherever they are this evening, wherever they'll be this week, to support them. And why not? Why do we continue to be remaining divided by geographic lines? Why are we so far apart from one another? Yet with everything that we do in innovations, it says, even within our own hearts, that we want to be together. Why do we take these extraordinary technologies and weaponize them? Why can't we take these technologies and instead of building missiles and bombs, build shelters and homes? I understand the need for defense. I don't need a lesson in that. It has its place because evil does abide in this world. But if you're going to build a missile, build a home as well. If you're going to build threat deterrence, build poverty deterrence. And my goodness, if we're going to use this technology to take a life, then use this technology to save a life. And what are we doing with the time that's given when it comes to our youth? Many people talk about these things, and there's no action behind it. But everyone has a role to play, and they must be allowed to play them. Everyone has a part to play, and they must be allowed to play them. Our part with GatherVerse is to assemble all of you together so that you can take this and go do something with it. Don't just leave it here in the screen in pixelation. Don't leave it on a LinkedIn post. And let's not leave any child left behind. I'll leave you with this as we prepare for another set of series of summits that are coming up, and we have Digital Wellness Day that will be here in a couple of days that we're brought. I'll leave you with this. There's only a little bit of time that each of us have to do this. And at some point, sooner rather than later, our time will be done. That there were whole entire populations of generations before us that are no longer here. We're standing on the shoulders of them. How would they look at what it is that we've done with the baton? And how will the generations to come look at us with what we've passed them and of what they've inherited? Some people say, Christopher, you're a very serious man. I am. I don't shy away from this. I admit it. If I have to be alone in this trek, then that's fine, but I know that I'm not. I'm appealing to your hearts tonight, today, this morning, this afternoon, to do what's right, not only for yourself, but for others that you'll never know. And know that on this occasion, in 2025, week 2 of GatherVerse Youth Summit, day 5, there were strangers that met and assembled in the past 2 weeks. They came together to have a series of expressions in global community about the future of the generations to come, the things that we innovate today that will impact them tomorrow. I can surely say that our gather was well, and with the real hope of consideration that you, with the time that's given, will proactively do your part in the pursuant quest for human betterment and leaving a thing hopefully a little bit better than what you found. No matter the color, no matter the gender. And when we see each other again, if we're afforded such opportunity in the volatility of this world, my goodness, may our gather be well. Take care.
Taylor, she saw